Are you wanting to know the hidden signs that your mind feels before death? You reached the correct place. If you watch this complete video carefully, you will be able to understand and feel these signs deeply, not in a scary way, but in a psychological way. This video is not about fear. It is about awareness. It is about understanding what the human mind quietly experiences near the end of life. Welcome to Psychology Algorithm, where we explain the human mind in the simplest and deepest way. Now listen carefully, because every sign connects to the next. 1. Emotional detachment from the world. One of the first hidden signs is emotional detachment. This means the mind slowly starts pulling back from the outside world. People may still talk, smile, and function normally, but inside, something feels distant. The world starts to feel less important than it once did. Things that used to trigger strong emotions no longer affect the mind the same way. This does not happen suddenly. It happens quietly. The mind does this to protect itself. Psychology says that when life energy lowers, the brain reduces emotional intensity to reduce pain. This emotional distance is not coldness, it is preparation. And once emotions fade, something else begins to change. 2. Losing interest in things that once mattered. After emotional detachment, the mind begins to lose interest in things that once felt very important. Hobbies feel empty. Achievements feel meaningless. Even daily routines feel heavy and unnecessary. This is not laziness. This is not weakness. This is the mind slowly letting go. Psychology explains that when the brain senses the end of a long journey, it stops investing energy in temporary things. The mind no longer asks, "What should I do next?" Instead, it asks, "What really mattered?" And when interest in the present fades, the mind turns inward. 3. Feeling like something is about to change. Many people report a strange feeling. A feeling that something is about to change, but they cannot explain what. There is no clear reason. No visible sign. Just a deep inner knowing. This feeling is not fear. It is awareness. The mind senses transition before the body does. Psychology calls this intuitive anticipation. The brain detects subtle internal changes and translates them into a feeling. It feels like standing at the edge of something unknown. And when change feels close, the mind naturally looks backward. 4. Thinking deeply about past moments. At this stage, the mind begins replaying memories. Old moments come back clearly. Faces, voices, small details that were once forgotten. This is not random. Psychology says the brain reviews life to create emotional closure. It is the mind's way of saying goodbye to experiences. Regrets may appear, gratitude may appear, love may appear. The past feels more real than the future, and slowly, the future starts to fade. 5. Reduced interest in future plans. The mind stops planning ahead, not because of sadness, but because the future no longer feels necessary. Goals lose urgency. Long-term dreams feel distant. Even tomorrow feels less important than today. Psychology explains this as time perception narrowing. When life energy reduces, the brain focuses only on the present moment. The mind stops running forward. It becomes still. And in that stillness, a new desire appears. 6. Wanting to be alone for no specific cause. One of the strongest signs is the desire to be alone, not because of anger, not because of depression, but because silence feels comforting. The mind needs quiet to process its final thoughts. Being alone allows inner peace. It allows emotional release without explanation. Psychology says this is the mind's final form of self-care. It is not rejection of people. It is acceptance of reality. The mind is not escaping. It is settling. These signs do not mean death is immediate. They do not mean something bad will happen today or tomorrow. They mean the human mind has its own language. And psychology helps us understand that language. This video is not meant to scare you. It is meant to make you aware, because awareness removes fear. This is Psychology Algorithm, where we decode the deepest signals of the human mind. Now I want to ask you something important. Have you ever experienced these types of signs in your life? If yes, then tell me in the comments below. Your experience may help someone else understand their own mind. If this video made you think, if it made you pause, then like, subscribe, and stay connected with Psychology Algorithm.